Yes. Kenem White, 25th of October, 10 p.m. Why am I doing this late? I don't know. But anyways, this is week one of kind of my North Star towards service architecture. Technically, it's not a week one, but week one for the sake of video. Um, my camera is like slightly above me and I'm quite low, so it's not, I need to kind of sit up. But yeah, service architecture, man, service architecture. I'm really not really trying to create a new role, but basically how it kind of the term came about was just me using ChatGPT and using the speech to text um, feature and just kind of describing like what I want to do in a role, and this is what it came up with. One of them. But really and truly, all it is just service design and transformation. But service architecture just sounds a bit nicer, you know what I mean? But when you think of kind of both terms, service design and architecture, it kind of makes sense with what the role is or what the title connotes. But yeah. So why am I doing this? So as you said, yeah. After being out of design for about 2 years, due to bereavement and some health complications, I've decided to pivot back in design. Never left, but professionally, wasn't there. But we all know design has changed, and the need for businesses is ever more confusing. But yeah, like I said, it's not about title. It's just about choosing the lens which to design, right, think, and to lead from this point forward. So there's some key info. There's a manifesto, but I've not actually filled out yet. It's still in progress, but we not really care about being professional. We're just trying to like just keep moving and just stay passionate about what we're doing. And yeah. So what is a service architect? This is the ChatGPT definition. A service architect is someone who designs, plans, and aligns the components of a service system across people, processes, tech, policies, touch points to ensure the service works cohesively and effectively end to end. They sit and they intersect of design, business, operation, IT. Think of them as a systems level thinker beyond a service. They don't just design the interface or the user journey, but architect the entire engine behind how a service works, scales, and transforms. So, like I said, it's heavy leaning on the term architect here, but that's what it is, or at least ChatGPT's definition. So let's go back. Yeah, so this is my public Notion. I'll link it in the description for anyone to kind of view if they want. But basically, it's just kind of my public hub of all this information. Kind of why I created this was I was inspired by this guy called Hangzhou on LinkedIn. He's very popular design recruiter, and he was a ex design principal turned design recruiter, now trying to pivot back into design, but as we know, it's a very confusing state. But the not confusing, it's confusing in the sense of like now you kind of need to be more intentional with how you move and how you position yourself, and that's kind of the main thing I'm getting. um but yeah, there's some social links, my website, Substack, yes, my Substack as well, my LinkedIn if you like to follow me. But you know, this whole content system is just really one recycled uh thing, because I post here, all the content gets dumped here. I post on Substack, I post on LinkedIn, post on TikTok, and I post on YouTube, but it's all just the same thing. It's just the way you're interacting from it is just very different. So yeah, like I said, it's a week one, but not really. Um, kind of ahead in certain aspects and kind of behind on certain aspects, but we're just trying to sync up and get things moving. So I've got some kind of just preliminary post, kind of talking about my timeline from 2020 till now. Well, yeah, 2025. Yeah, just some background on like service architecture, kind of my view on product and services, and kind of the week one, seeing systems everywhere. So yeah, like I said, I'm trying to build this and like I'm trying to do this like publicly, but not. Yeah, I'm just trying to do it publicly. To be honest with you. But yeah, so the main thing I actually wanted to talk about this video was this kind of live service design and transformation project. So, as a current employee at William Hill, the service is absolutely terrible. I can't lie, it's really bad. It's really bad. The amount of people that complain, it's just for a business that makes billions. It's very poor. Like service design, service delivery is really trash. But yeah, so let's hop on Miro. So, yeah. So on Miro, so this is my public file. This is not my my like actual like project file. So this is what you see, or what you see, because due to you know, privacy and, you know, GDPR and, you know, internal documents. You know, I don't want those leaking. But yeah, so this is my public Miro. That all needs to go. This is public. Whoa. Why is Aki going up? Why is Aki going up? So yeah, so this is my public like project I'm working on as I do this kind of service architecture roadmap. So this is just some background information on who William Hill is, and yeah, 12,000 staff members, 1,300 retail shops, and with this project, it's more of like an internal tool that staff use. So there's a potential impact here for about 5,000 people if you have 1,300 retail shops, and, you know, average of what, 4 employees per store. That's what, you know, about 5,000, 5,000 people. So there is impact here. But yeah, so just specifically about this project, it's centered around this what they call a body call or toilet check. But the way in which you go about doing it, it's not the greatest, like I said. But a body call, pretty much all it is just kind of a sense of connection between shops, clusters, provide kind of safety, well-being checks, and mutual awareness of kind of just shop statuses and potential issues. So this is just more just preliminary. Whoa, what the hell? This is just more preliminary, you know, user research, strategy, and planning. And yeah, so one of the main things early on was just mapping the user flow. So front stage and backstage, probably not the best designed front stage and backstage, but the main deliverable for this stage would be like a service blueprint, to be honest with you. But for now, user flow just represents what the information I need to convey. And yeah. Oh, just taking a bit back. So this project is slightly differently. As I said, this is more of like a service design and transformation project. So I'm using this toolkit from the government website called Systems Thinking Toolkit, and it's quite actually interesting. You know, it's really interesting because let me actually show you what that looks like. Systems thinking. Yeah, this is it. And part of the reason why I'm using this is because I'm trying to actually move into, like, you know, working in public service. But yeah, let me actually go find this thing. Yeah, so this is kind of the framework that I'm using. So at the moment, I'm in the stage of confirming the goal. So rich picture and pig model, that's kind of where I'm at at the moment. I've begun a little bit of the rich picture, but, you know, it's new. It's a new area for me. So it's not necessarily difficult. It's just difficult because it's difficult. It's not necessarily difficult. It's just a bit of a challenge because, again, it's new, and there's a lot of information out there, but I just felt as if I didn't have enough contextual information around what the hell I was doing. So that's me going ahead and speaking to people and collaborating and just collecting information. So yeah, this is the kind of framework that I'm using for this project, but also blending in design thinking and the UX design process. That's what I'm doing. That's how I'm doing that. Let me go back to Miro. Yeah, so user flows. So this is the front stage, like I said, and this is a bit of the backstage stuff. This is the stuff that people really don't see of what happens with all that information gets inputted, and there is also a UI flow, and yeah, of course, all most of it redacted because it's still sensitive. Not really, but it's more like company information, so can't really share that. But yeah, so one of the things I did this week was kind of like ecosystem mapping. So ecosystem mapping just kind of illustrates the relationship between kind of shop level operations, support, system infrastructure, just kind of a visual representation to connect, how one shop is connected through different channels. So these are the layers. You have the shop environment, operational support, system backbone, and the relationships. So dash line, data report, direct communication, and kind of the flow of responsibility and or escalation. So you have the shop in the middle because everything kind of is a central point of the shop. The shop creates everything, everything else. But yeah, you have the phone, frontline staff, shop tablet, bets, com, emails, and then you have retail, contact, security, which are the operational support, and that is not aligned. Yeah, and we have database. The database is somewhere, somewhere. But yeah, this is just how all the information gets collected. And the policies and procedures. So this is really fun to kind of work on, and it definitely does help because just doing this allows me to kind of understand. It allows me to kind of develop more understanding to when I get to actually create the rich picture, which is the main deliverable of this. Is like, oh yeah, I have now all this understanding of how it actually works. Because one of the things I realized when I actually tried to do the rich picture was how something very simple can actually be super complex. If you look like a mobile phone, for example, and you calling someone, the process of you calling someone is very simple, but what the rich picture really exposed is I didn't have enough understanding of all the invisible forces involved with something so seemingly simple. And that was like an eye opener for me because like wow, like yeah, it just really it just kind of caught me off guard. It was like because the lens in which you apply it can be where the complex and the complexity comes into, and why again with design of how it's changing, it's sense making. It's trying to understand, okay, what sense does it make for me, and what lens am I applying it within the context of this project to actually be able to move forward and make the not right decision, but the assumed right decision based on all the information you have. Because one thing, again, learning with systems thinking is that there's no right or wrong answer. It's just information that you have today. You're able to have an impact on the system, and until you have more information, you can only make the decision that you have based on the current context of what you know. So of course that obviously makes sense, but yeah. But yeah, so that was one of the main tasks I did this week. And then moving on to heuristic evaluation, I've actually never done this that many times, to do. But the thing about the reason why I actually did this was because part of it is the system already exists, and so why not actually evaluate the actual like service delivery of it. So this is just kind of, again, looking at utilizing Jacob's 10 usability heuristics, specific areas where the digital experience fails to adhere to the guidelines. So visibility of system status, match between the system and the real world, user control and freedom, consistency and standards, error prevention, recognition, flexibility, aesthetic, minimalist design, help and documentation, recognize, diagnose, and recover from errors. The thing I found about is like a lot of it could probably be put down to probably 10, probably from 10 to 5. System status, great. It's kind of similar. The system in the real world, kind of similar. User control, okay, that can be on its own. Consistent standards, great. Error prevention could be system status. Recognition, recall, again, that is separate. Minimalist design, again, would be okay, but that could also fall into consistency and standards. Help and documentation, oh yeah, that's really good. And flexibility and ease of use, again, that could just come down to other things. That could be just put down to other things. So 10 to probably 5 or 6, really, because a lot of it is repeated information. But yeah, of course, all redacted information. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with this project for like a week 1 update. I'm pretty excited about this project because one of the things as well is like why I'm doing this project is because I need one thing I've kind of realized when I was interviewing was I didn't really have like an org level impact project where like it had enough organizational value to which I'm able to actually talk about, because before I just never really cared, you know what I mean? Like, it's just never really something that I really cared about. Of course, your projects have impact, but to actually document it was something that I never really cared about because no one told me. No one told me. It's only until recent where you actually need to have, yeah, okay, what impact, what value do you actually create for the business, for users? Not just can you do X, Y, and Z. So this is again one of the things that the landscape has changed, which is, I guess, for the better. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, businesses pay you money, pay you to solve problems, but not only solve problems, but actually be able to actually create the money. Because that's all businesses care about. let's keep it really. Let's keep it honest. But yeah, that is week 1, man. That is week 1 right now. I will update this document every week because I'm always working on it and there's more things to actually do. So yeah, peace.